ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। So we are seeing this Chit Chaturvidya Prakriya, the method of communication where consciousness is presented in the fourfold manners, and this is based on this Panchadashi where the four types of Akasha are presented and they are presented as a Drishtanta, and four types of Chaitanyam are presented. And the purpose of this Prakriya is to show that how Jiva, who is consisting of Pratibimba Chaitanya and Bimba Chaitanya, and Ishvara, who is also consisting of Pratibimba Chaitanya and Bimba Chaitanya, are one. And in that connection, we have seen so far Ghatakasha Sthaniya Kutastha Chaitanyam. Then second is this Jalakasha Sthaniya Jiva Chaitanyam. And then we have entered into Meghakasha Sthaniya Ishvara Chaitanyam. And yesterday we saw that while describing the Jiva, this Chidabhasa was talked about. Chidabhasa is the reflection of either Kutastha Chaitanyam or Brahma Chaitanyam. And one incidental point, which is incidental for the discussion but very important for us, is where is this samsaritvam, kartrutva, bhoktrutva, what is the locus for it? So, first it is said that it is not there in Kutastha. Then it said no, it is in Chidabhasa. Then further inquiry is done, so it is not in Chidabhasa. Because Chidabhasa also doesn't have Vichara of its own. It is just imitating. It appears to imitate this Buddhi. Therefore Chidabhasa doesn't have. Who has? Then Buddhi has. Then Buddhi says, why I also should have? So then finally it is said, it really does not belong to anyone. Only because of Adhyasa, Kartrutvadi appears. So when I was reading this, I was thinking of some example like this, that one ticketless traveler was sitting in the AC compartment, Kutastha compartment. So, say, how can you sit in AC? Get out, yes. So, this Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, they from Kutastha AC compartment. Kutastha is highest, no? They from Kutastha to Chidabhasa. Second class reservation. Then it went to Chidabhasa. So, Chidabhasa little bit stayed there. There also inquiry happened. How can you sit in this reserved compartment? Then, poor fellow, this Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva goes to unreserved compartment, Buddhi compartment. Unreserved. Because the Buddhi, anything comes, no? So, unreserved compartment. There also he is, because ticket hai? Nahi. So then, Kartrutvam is asked to get down from the train. So he said, you don't belong to any part of this train. So idea is that Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva are there as long as you do not do Vichara. Vicharam na sahate. The mithya, anything which is unreal, their characteristic is that it does not stand inquiry. If you inquire, it disappears. Ramana Maharshi used to give the example of that this person who was bossing over in this marriage function. So he will go to this bride side and tell you have to do this, you have to do this. So these people, the groom side are there, so therefore they will listening to him. And the groom side also used to say, see, you have come here, so you may not be knowing so many things, because bride side, this party is there, no? They are the host. So you have to do this here, this is the convention. So these bridegroom people also were good. So they said, okay, we'll do. So both sides he was bossing over. Then the head of these, both the families, they started talking. Who is this fellow? Then I don't know, I thought he is from your side. No, I also thought your side. Moment that fellow saw that these two people are talking, he disappeared. Vicharam the sahate. Inquiry doesn't stand. So this kartrutva, bhoktrutvam, we provisionally attribute to Chidabhasa, provisionally attribute to Buddhi. But our tatparyam is in showing that this kartrutva, bhoktrutva, which is samsara dharma, really does not belong to anyone. As long as I don't do vichara, it appears to be there. It is a virtual reality. It does not have this reality, it has got a virtual reality. But virtual becomes real when you do not inquire its nature. Virtual appears as real. And when you inquire, it is understood to be virtual. But otherwise, it controls our life. See, we may have some funny ideas, and we don't inquire, and we get controlled by those ideas. It is like this person is like this day is very lucky, that day is unlucky. So we have so many ideas, and they control our life. So here also kartrutva bhoktrutvam, it was shown that really does not belong to anyone. Then in the 183 we had seen that generally Chidabhasa is presented as Antahkarana Pratibimbita Chaitanyam, the consciousness which is reflected in the mind or Sukshma Sharira. But in that prakriya, one difficulty will be that prajna aspect of the jiva will be ignored, as it were. You will not be able to account for this jiva being prajna. Jiva has got three aspects: Vishwa, waker, this Tejasa, dreamer, prajna, sleeper. So Vishwa and Tejasa, you can accommodate. So drawing room, living room is given, but bedroom is not given to jiva, because jiva cannot sleep. Only jiva is equal to what? Antakarana Pratibimbita Chaitanya. So jiva will be not having this prajna aspect. And therefore, we expanded the definition of jiva by saying Ajnana Pratibimbita Chaitanyam jiva. And so jiva is that which is reflected in avidya, karana sharira. And when you say karana sharira, prajna aspect will be included. What about Vishwa Tejasa? Same avidya is manifesting as this buddhi. Therefore, that Jagrat Swapna Avastha also will be explained for. Vishwa Tejasa also will be explained for. And therefore, this Ajnana Pratibimbita Chaitanyam Jiva is a better, more comprehensive definition. Therefore, in Tattva Bodha also, Avidya Pratibimbita Chaitanyam it is said. Alright. Then, Ishvara Varnanam we started. What is Ishvara? Mayayam Pratibimbita Chidabhasaha Mayadhisthana Chaitanyam cha iti ubhayam militva Ishvara iti uchyate. What is Ishvara? Ishvara is having two components. One is the Chidabhasa, the reflected consciousness which is reflected in Maya, Samashti Upadi, and also Adhisthana Chaitanyam. So Adhisthana Chaitanyam plus Chidabhasa constitute Ishvara. Alright. Now, footnote we were saying that regarding the Ishvara, there are so many opinions. And he gives a description which is based on this Panchadashi. So he is heavily depending on Panchadashi. So in Panchadashi, these ideas are given which are presented here. So he says, Ishvarasya tu swarupam bahuda anekehi varnyate. Tippani 1. So the nature of Ishvara is presented in many ways. Yoga Matanusarina. The yoga people, they will say that Purusha Vishesha, a particular conscious being who is Sarvajnaha, who is the Guru of all, is Ishvara. And who is not affected by Pancha Klesha, Karma and Karma Phala. Then Nyaya Matanusarina. The logicians, they will say Ishvara is Niyamaka, controller. And being controller, it cannot be Asanga. And therefore, Dana, Nitya, Dana, Icha, Prayatnadi Gunaha, Gunavan. So Ishvara is the conscious being which is endowed with the permanent Jnanam, permanent Icha, permanent Prayatna. His Dana, Icha, Prayatna are not Anitya, they are always there. And that type of conscious being, Atma, is called Ishvara. So according to Nayayikas, Ishvara is Atma, conscious being, which is endowed with permanent knowledge, desire, effort, and which is controlling all the jivas. Okay. So that was Nyaya Mata. And then third is Hiranyagarbhopasaka. That up to this we have seen. Now the third one. Hiranyagarbhopasakaha tu Ishvaragdanadinam nityatve so kamayata ityadi shruti vakyanam सृष्ट्यारंभ समय ईश्वर ज्ञानादीनाम उत्पत्ति प्रतिपादकानाम विरोधः स्यात्. So here each one will be dismissing the previous one. That is how the Siddhanti will have to face only one, last one. So they are dismissing. Hiranyagarbhopasaka says the Nyayamatanusari Ishvara according to Nyayamata has got some defects, logical defects. What are they? First of all, not logical, Shruti Virodha. Of course, Yukti based Shruti Virodha, Shrutartha Patti Virodha. Ishvara Jnanadinam Nityatve. If the Jnanam of Ishvara, Icha of Ishvara is Nitya, permanent, then so Kamayata, Ishvara desired. So desired means he did it once. Means he started to desire, he completed to desire. So, akamayata kriyapada shows that some action started and it was over. And therefore, shruti vakyanam virodhasyat. The shruti which is saying that Ishvara in the beginning of creation or before manifesting this world, he had a desire. So it means that desire is something that happened. So you cannot say Ishvara has got Nitya Icha. If Nitya is there, it cannot have Utpatti. Whereas here it is says So Kamayata. Therefore, the Shruti Vakya which is presenting Ishvara to have desire once upon a time, that Shruti Vakya will be contradicted in the Nayayika's view. Another sentence. Srushtyarambha Samaye Ishvara Jnanadinam Utpatti Pratipadakaanam. It is explanation also. Another Virodha will be given. So Shruti Vakyas which are Pratipadaka, the revealer of Utpatti, the rise of Jnanam and Icha of the Lord. So Shruti Vakya So Kamayata Tapasa Chiyate Brahma in Mundaka Upanishad. All these Vakyas which are talking about Ishvara having this Jnanam, Ishvara having this Icha, or Ishvara's Jnanam becoming active. All those Vakyas are there. Those Vakyas will have contradiction. So Srushtyarambha Samaye, in the beginning of the creation, Ishvara had this desire. That type of Vakyas will be contradicted if we accept that Ishvara has got Nitya Jnanam. Because Nitya is that which does not have Utpatti. And whereas Shruti is presenting Ishvara to have this desire once upon a time. Alright. So this is Shruti Virodha is one defect. In the Nyaya Matanusari Ishvara. Second is Sada Srishti Prasangaha Chasyat. He said, if we go by this Nayayika's version of Ishvara, then there will be a prasanga, situation of Sada Srishti. All the time creation only. Because Ishvara has got Icha, Ishvara has got Jnanam, Ishvara has got Prayatna. So all ingredients for creation is all the time there. Then all the time Srishti alone will be there. There will not be the Pralaya. Ataha means because of this above mentioned defects, Asangatam Nyayamatam. The view of Nayayikas is Asangatam, irrelevant, untenable. Then we have to ask them, okay, the Ishvara which is presented by Nayayika is not correct. Then what is Ishvara? You have to tell. When you say this is not correct, you have to tell what is correct. So he said, yes, we'll tell you. What is correct? Hiranyagarbha eva Ishvaraha. Hiranyagarbha alone is Ishvara. Why? Hiranyagarbha has sometimes Jnanam, sometimes once upon a time he has the Jnanam and he creates. So Hiranyagarbha eva Ishvara. Why? Asya linga sharira satve api avidya kama karmadi abhavat jiva lakshana vilakshanaha saha iti achakshate. So Hiranyagarbho pasakaha achakshate. Achakshate is a plural. Prathama purusha, bahuvachanam. Achashte will be ekvachanam. Generally we think achakshate like ikshate. So ikshate is singular, but achakshate is plural. So Hiranyagarbho pasakaha achakshate. They declare. What they declare? That Hiranyagarbha eva Ishvara. Why? Because Asya linga sharira sattve api. Even though it has got the linga sharira, sukshma sharira, still avidya kama karmadi abhavat. Because of the absence of avidya kama and karma, which are making this jiva to be weak, jiva to be anisha, those factors are not there. Therefore jiva vilakshanaha. Different from jiva. How different from jiva? Because jiva has got avidya kama karma, Ishvara does not have. The Hiranyagarbha does not have. Therefore Hiranyagarbha is Ishvara. So their idea is that Hiranyagarbha has got Jnanam in the beginning of the creation. Therefore he doesn't have Nitya Jnanam. He gets Jnanam. And therefore when he gets Jnanam, when he manifests the Jnanam in his Upadhi, that time only creation will start. Therefore, this Srushti Prasanga, Sada Srushti Prasanga will not happen. Okay, so they like Hiranyagarbha Upasana, they say Hiranyagarbha alone is Ishvara. Generally this happens. Whatever you like, that thing you want to be the most important. That is a human nature. Every Shishya will think that my Guru is the best. There is no Guru. They will say also that Swamiji, you are the best. Nobody teaches like you. I said, hey, that's what every Shishya will tell to his Guru. So say, and if he say that no, it is not like that, they will not like it. So people they say, and it's a good attitude, so that your mind is available to listen to one Guru. So it's a good attitude. But sometimes they become fanatic and they start criticizing other Guru. Their problem comes. If you glorify your Guru, no problem. You say, my Guru is the best. My Guru is the best for me. So my Guru is the best. He teaches well. He clarifies the doubts. Everything good. But they go to the other extreme and they start criticizing. So Hiranyagarbha Upasaka, they do Hiranyagarbha Upasana. And so they criticize others' view and say Hiranyagarbha alone is Ishvara. Then he always like this, somebody else will come. So Viradupasakaha tu vinasthula deham linga dehamatrasya kutrapi ananubhutatvat virat purushaha eva Ishvara. He says Hiranyagarbha cannot be Ishvara because Hiranyagarbha is only samashti linga upadhika, sukshma sharira upadhika. Whereas you require the body, and without body, sthula sharira, no function is possible. And therefore he says, Virat Upasaka says, Virat is Ishvara. Virat Upasakaha tu. Whereas the meditator on Virat, they say, Vinasthula deham, without gross body, Linga deha matrasya, only of the subtle body, Kutrapi, in any place, Ananubhutatvat, not experienced. We do not experience only Linga Sharira. No, Swami, ghost will have. People will say that no, ghost will have only linga sharira. No, ghost also has got ghost body. It's called preta sharira. They have got body, special body, which is different from this usual body we have. So preta, bhuta preta, that also is considered to be one yoni, one life. Based on the prarabdha, how people have got human form, somebody may have cat form, dog form, etc. Similarly, this preta sharira also can be there. So preta also is a sharira. So we should not think that preta is without sukshma, without stula sharira. But they do not have usual stula sharira, therefore we say they don't have body. They have the body. Without stula sharira, no bhoga is possible. And this remaining in this bhuta, this ghost body, that also is exhaustion of some karma. In Shastra it is there that if somebody does this type of karma, he will become bhuta preta. That also is there. Alright. Therefore, he says that vina sthula deham, without gross body, sukshma sharira, mere sukshma sharira is never experienced. And therefore, Virat Purusha, cosmic being, alone is Ishvaraha, because he is a complete man, a complete conscious being. He has got this Sukshma Sharira, he has got Sthula Sharira, and that also cosmic. Cosmic subtle body, cosmic gross body, complete man. Therefore, this Virat, otherwise called Vaishvanara, is Ishvaraha. That alone is Ishvara. And this next one will say Prajapati Upasaka. Those who are doing Upasana on Prajapati, Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma, they say no, Virat cannot be. Prajapati Upasakaha tu Prajakamaha Santaha Panipadadi Yukta Prakruta Shariravataha Ishvaratve Krimyadehe api Ishvaratva Prasangat Hiranyagarbo Pasakamatam Asangatam. Here, this footnote is based on the Panchadashi description. In Panchadashi, he is following the order also. In Panchadashi, the succeeding one is dismissing the preceding one. So, Virat Upasaka says Virat alone is Ishvara. And he said, you see that in Purusha Suktam is Sahasrapat. So, he said that is Virat. And that is described, that is glorified. Therefore, that alone is Ishvara. Sahasra Shirsha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapat. So that is the Virat. It's a description of Virat, and that alone is Ishvara. So this Prajapati Upasaka, they are making fun of it. He said by having the hands and legs everywhere, if somebody becomes Ishvara, then some insects have got the legs all over. Some insects, they have got legs. So they will become Ishvara. So by having then also there is having hands and legs everywhere, having gross body, all these are fitting well in this insect, particular worm, or it can call worm, no? Worm, yeah. So we have to ask biologists to know. So insect and worms are different, no? What is bigger? Insect. Okay. So insect is better to say insect. So so it is insect. So insect also can have the gross body. Insect also can have legs all over. So will insect become Ishvara? That's how they make fun of whom? This Virat Upasakas. And he says Prajakamaha Santaha. See, Prajakamaha Santaha is going with the Prajapati Upasakaha. This also is based on the description there, that Brahmaji is called Prajapati. Why? Because those who are desirous of putra, they will be worshipping Brahmaji. And therefore it's called Prajapati, the lord of this Praja. So Prajakamaha Santaha, this Prajapati Upasakaha. So, being desirous of the progeny, those who are meditating on Prajapati, they are telling this following thing. What? Panipadadi yukta prakruta sharira vataha ishvaratve. If someone who is endowed with the prakruta sharira, prakruta means prakrutehe jatam prakruta. So, if someone who is endowed with the body made up of Prakriti, and Panipadadi Yuktaha, endowed with hands and legs, eyes. If that one becomes Ishvara, then Krimya Dehe Api Ishvaratva Prasangat. Then insect also will have the status of being Ishvara. Why? That also is having Pani Padadi. They also has got the body body, and they have got also legs all over. Krimya Dehe Api Ishvaratva Prasangat. And therefore Hiranyagarbho Pasaka Matam Asangatam. Therefore, the view of Hiranyagarbho Pasaka regarding Ishvara is untenable. Tatha Viradu Pasaka Matam api asangatam. And therefore, this and also the view of the Viradu Pasaka also is asangatam, untenable. Why? Because whatever you are talking about them is there in the Krimi also, in relative sense. And therefore what? Kintu Chaturmukha Brahma eva Ishvara. Therefore Brahmaji, who is having 4 heads, is Ishvara. That alone is Ishvara. Chaturmukha Brahma. Because Chaturmukha Brahma doesn't have Prakruta Sharira, according to them. And therefore that Brahmaji, who is having 4 heads, is Ishvara. So Brahma eva Ishvara, not Brahma eva. Brahma eva Ishvara iti prahu. Alright. Then now comes these sects, different sects. What is it? Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas says how your Brahmaji can be Ishvara. Brahmaji, how it is born? Brahmaji is born from the navel of Vishnu. So who is big? So Vaishnavaha tu Vishnoho Nabhi Kamalotpannatvat Chaturmukhasya Brahmanaha Tatkarani Bhutaha Vishnu Eva Ishvaraha iti kathayanti. Vaishnava says that Chaturmukha Brahma, Chaturmukhasya Brahmanaha Vishnoho Nabhi Kamalotpannatvat. Since it is born in the lotus which has come out of the navel of Vishnu, therefore Tatkarani Bhutaha. Vishnu, who is the cause for the Brahmaji, he alone is Ishvaraha iti kathayanti. So Vishnu is Ishvara because Vishnu is the like a father. उनके भी पिताजी है. So Brahmaji's pita. So he is Vishnu. Therefore Vishnu alone is Ishvara. See, sometimes bhakta, they have this. In Gujarat there are Shiva bhaktas and Vishnu bhakta. Both are there. So Vishnu bhakta will be generally majority there. So 1 or 2 Shiva bhaktas. So they have discussion. The Shivji is great or Vishnu is great. Then they will have that Vishnu is is all the time dancing, music, all this. See, our Shiva is meditating. Something they will say. But then they say, see, when your Shiva is in trouble, Vishnu only comes to help you. Really, it happened. Then that Bhasmasura was given the boon by Shiva. Then Shiva was in trouble because Bhasmasura wanted to try on him only, Shiva only. Then Bhagavan Vishnu came and he only helped. He said, no, Purana, that story also is there, that no Deva could win this Tarakasura. That time Shiva only did. Vishnu only became instrument. Like that they have story. Therefore they will fight it. So here one line of thinking is given. Vaishnavahatu, saying Vishnu alone is Ishvara. Shaivahatu Shivasya Padanveshane Ashaktatvad Vishnu Shiva eva Ishvara iti vadanti. He said Shaivas, the devotees of Shiva, they will say, once Vishnu was given the job. In fact, there was a fight between this Purana story. Fight between Brahmaji and Vishnu. Who is great? Then nobody was ready to give the greatness to others. And in between, this Shiva appeared in the form of a column. That is Shivratri. So Shiva appeared in the form of a column, and it was decided that whoever finds the end of this column, he is great. So Vishnu went down because Varaha Avtara, no? So he went down, digging, thinking that he will get. He didn't get. So that's what is said here. He said Shiva's leg, the end of the Shiva, they could not find, Vishnu could not find. So Shivasya Padanvaishane Ashaktatvad Vishnu. Vishnu is incapable of searching, finding out the feet of Shiva. Therefore, what? Shiva eva Ishvaraha, whose legs could not be found out by Vishnu, that Shiva is Ishvaraha. So this is all views of the devotees. That's fine. Shiva eva Ishvara. But somewhere else the Vishnu's greatness will come. So both are there. Alright. Then in Shiva Mahimna Stotra it comes that Vishnu is doing the puja of Shiva. And he wanted to do the Sahasra Kamala Archana. So out of that Sahasra, one lotus was taken away by Shiva. Then Vishnu puts his eyes, because people say that my eyes are like lotus. So the Shiva was very happy and gave him chakra. So that chakra is Sudarshana chakra. So like that, Vishnu was blessed by Shiva. In what? In Shiva Mahimna Stotra. In Vishnu Purana, Shiva will be blessed. So each story comes, Bhagavata and all. Said that people, the Devatas had problem, they went to Brahmaji, then they went to Shiva, and they said, we don't have solution. So where will you go? Let us go to Vishnu Loka. So they go to Vaikuntha, and Shiva did Stuti, and all this will come. Alright. So our Shastras are very, very accommodative, very interesting. Only thing, not understanding well, it may create confusion. If the total vision is not there, then it may create that. See, in this Vishnu Purana, it is said that Vishnu is great and Shiva is the devotee. One person in Bangalore, he was telling me, Swamiji, I have this problem. When I read Skanda Purana and they describe Skanda, means Kartikeya Swami, so well, and they give the mantra, the Skanda Purana mantra, the Skanda mantra they will give. So I started doing this. Then I read again Vishnu Purana, they say, I feel like changing the mantra, because they describe so well. And now if you read Hanuman Chalisa, or Devata Chittana Dharai, Hanumanta Sai, Sabakucha Karai. So means in Hindi it says that don't take your mind to any other Devatas. Whatever you want, you ask to Hanumanji. Or Devata Chittana Dharai, Hanumanta Sai, Sabakucha Karai. Our Hanumanji is like a shopping mall. Anything you ask is available. So why should you go to any other Devatas? So like that it is said. The idea is that all this description is there so that the Upasaka's mind will remain focused on Upasya. Because in any Upasana, it takes time to get the result. Even Upasana Phalam, it is not that today I did mantra and tomorrow Siddhi comes. It doesn't come like that. For years together one has to do. And that time it is very natural. He said, which Upasana you are doing? This fellow said, I am doing Shiva Upasana. It doesn't work. I also tried. See, Vishnu will try. Okay. So our mind is like this. And therefore this type of description is there so that your mind will remain focused. Okay. So Shiva. So far we have reached what? Shivas are greatest. Because even Vishnu could not find out his leg. Where is the end of Shiva? He could not find. So Shiva is great. Then Ganapati said, no, our Ganapati is great. He says, Ganapati upasakaha tu Tripurasura jayartham Ishwarena api upasitaha Ganapati eva Ishwara iti manyante. So Ganapati upasaka says, see, when Shiva had to go for this destroying the Tripurasura, that time Ganesha was worshipped first. You tell me, who is great? Worshipper is great or worshipped is great? Worshipped is great. So Shiva worshipped Ganesha. So who is great? Tell me. I don't have to tell. You only understand. What is that? Tripurasura Jaya. Tripurasura Jaya Jayartham, or the victory over Tripurasura. Ishwarena. Here Ishwara refers to Shiva. Even by Shiva, Upasitaha. Upasita means worshipped. Ganapati. Ganapati was worshipped even by Shiva when he was going for this Vada of Tripurasura. Therefore, Ganapati eva Ishvaraha iti manyante. Some people say, no, your Ganapati, what? He takes lot of time. he is walking on this rat. He was riding this rat. It takes a lot of time. Whereas our Bhairava, just the patapat, he will come very fast. Bhairava is full of energy. So Bhairava Ashtakam also is there, no? So Bhairava, Mairala Dyupasakaha tu the Bhairavadi Devataha Ishvaratvena Varnayanti. So there is a one Bhairava Devata which is very popular in Kashi. Kashi watchman means the safety department is under Bhairava. Therefore, when you go to Kashi, you have to do darshanam of Bhairava. So some certain temples you have to visit. So the Bhairava temple, Annapurna, and then one Ganesha temple is there. So those are the temples. So Bhairava. And of course, so many places Bhairava Upasana is there. It generally his form will be dark form. It's not white. So dark form it is. Mairala also another devatas. And those devatas generally worshipped for this so-called black magic. And that is said here. He said those devatas very powerful. You worship and generally the result also will be faster. And very powerful. You feel, see what are the siddhi you can have? Marana. Marana means if you want somebody is on your way, in your way, and is creating a lot of trouble, that person is to be finished, then you do Bhairava Upasana, Marana, killing. Uchatana. Uchatana means removing the spirit of any other ghost or etc. That's called Uchatana. So if some spirit has come in somebody's body, you do Bhairava Upasana, then it will go away. That is called Uchatana, removing the spirit of some these wrong entities. Then Vashikarana. That also is there a big, in the black magic, this Vashikarana means bringing other person under control. Some people, some women or some men, they do this. He said, my wife is not under my control. How to do that? There are upasana, there are mantras. And other way around also. So my husband is not under my control. So they do it. It's not like something theory. It is there. People go for that. It's a very detrimental to the relationship. Whether it works or not. But imagine other person comes to know. And by chance, both of them are going to one consultant. So, see what a situation. But that is there. So we cannot deny this. This is there in Shastra. It is there. Vashikarana mantras are there. Okay. But don't ask me, which one is Bada. So you will Vashikarana on me itself. So I don't want. Stambhana. Stambhana means stupefying somebody. This paralyzing the person. So somebody is coming to you and you say, stop. It's called stambhana. So that person cannot walk further. Paralyzing that person. Just he has to be there only. That is called stambhana. Nice to know. All these details are nice to know. That's all. We will not do it. Should not do also. Sadhaka should not go anywhere near that. If somebody, Vedanta is studying and he thinks of this, then he has not started Vedanta. But this just discussion, it has come, so we need to know what is this. Marana, Uchatana, Vashikarana, Stambhanadi, Siddhi Hetu, Bhuta, Bhairavadi, Mantran. So there are mantras of Bhairava, which are the Hetu Bhuta, which are in the form of the means for the accomplishment of these particular powers, the Marana, Uchatana, etc. Tatta Stotrani, and also the stotras of those devatas, Bhairavadi stotras. And Tadhavana, Tarpana, Purascharanadi, Pratipadaka, Tantra Granthansha, Pramani Kritya, Bhairavadi Devataha, Ishvaratvena Varnayanti. So Bhairavadi Upasaka, they Bhairavadi Devataha, Ishvaratvena Varnayanti. They describe Bhairavadi Devata alone as Ishvara. That is the ultimate. For them, that is ultimate. And what is their basis? He says, Granthan Pramani Kritya, Mantran Pramani Kritya, Stotrani Pramani Kritya, and Granthan. Some text Pramani Kritya means considering as valid, considering those mantras, stotras, and the text as valid basis. What are these? Tadhavana, Tarpana, Purascharanadi, Pratipadaka, Tantra Granthas. So, Tantra means the puja. Puja, Upasana, Granthas are called Tantra Granthas. So, keeping those texts, there are say Bhairava, there will be what is called Bhairava Tantra. There are so many Tantras. Vaishnava Tantra, Pancharatra, so many Tantras. Tantras means the text dealing with the worship of particular devatas. So, those Tantra Granthas, which are revealing Pratipadaka, revealing Havana, this ritual, fire ritual, Tarpana, gratifying them by offering different things. For some time they offer this chicken, etc. This alcohol also, all our things are there. So Tarpana, that is called gratifying. And Purasharana. Purasharana means chanting a particular mantra as many 100,000 times as the number of letters are there in the mantra. Like what? Namah Shivaya is called Panchakshari. So you chant this Namah Shivaya 500 times, then it is called Purasharanam of that mantra. It is a very good sadhana. Puja Swamiji also used to, but not Bhairava. Dakshinamurti. People are saying, what Swamiji? Not Bhairava. Dakshinamurti Purasharanam he had prescribed to. I know some people. Gayatri Purasharanam is very good because it gives you some commitment. Otherwise, our time is just wasted away. Vedanta, it is not spent, and other things, material things are always ready to draw our attention. And therefore, this Purasharanam for many people, it is very good to bring the person a good focus in life. And so, for Bhairava also, Purasharana is talked about. So, those texts which are talking about the fire rituals, Tarpana, Purasharana, etc., considering those texts as valid, some people, Bhairavadi Upasaka, they present Bhairavadi Devata as Ishvara. Because in Bhairava Tantra, what will be said? Everything is Bhairava. That is the beauty. They will say, Bhairava can give you anything you want. And therefore, they based on those texts, they say Bhairavadi are Ishvara. Alright. Itham in this manner, footnote next page, continues. Itham ananta matani swaswamati vilasitani paraspara vilakshanani anyonya viruddhani cha upalabhyante. Itham means in this manner, ananta matani, many views, endless views. We generally don't use infinite. Which is Swamiji very nicely said. He said infinite word we use only for Brahman. Even though he said Ananta Mata is there, no? So Ananta word has come, so immediately handy word is what? Infinite. But generally we use the word, the infinite for only Brahman. When we are translating Anantam in the context of Brahma, we say infinite. Because infinite has got something more than the innumerable. Here it is not in the sense of Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha, is not there. Therefore, Ananta should not be translated. Infinite views we don't say. We say innumerable, countless views. Okay, Matani, Swaswamati Vilasitani, projected by their own intellect. Vilasita means projected product. And Paraspara Vilakshanani, and they are different from each other. So each view will be different and in fact dismissing the other view. Anyonya viruddhani, contradicting with each other, upalabhyante. So here is the karmani prayoga. Ananta matani upalabhyante. Innumerable views are found about Ishvara. Sakala mata virodhena etad grantokta Ishvara swarupameva shrutya vipretam. He says, without contradicting with all those views, the view about Ishvara, the Ishvara Swarupam which is told in this text, alone is Shrutya Vipretam, is in keeping with the vision of Shruti. So this is the beauty, that Vedanti, when he presents the view of Ishvara, he doesn't dismiss all of them. He said all those views can be accommodated in the view of Ishvara we have. Parasparam virudhyante tehi ayam na virudyate. In Mandukya Karika, while presenting the drishti of Advaita, the Karikakara says that these people will have contradiction with each other. But what we are presenting is not contradicted by anyone. So that is the greatness of Vedanta. That Vedanta can accommodate everybody. See, if somebody is worshipping Devata, and if Devata is considered ultimate, then we say the Lakshartha of the Devata is ultimate. So we can accommodate them. But they have difficulty in accommodating us. Anyway, so here he says, the Ishvara Swarupam, which is talked about in this text and also in Panchadashi, that is Shrutya Vipretam. It is in keeping with the vision of Shruti. And he refers to the shloka, Tathacha Uktam Panchadashyam. In this Chitradeepa Prakarana alone, this all the views which we saw, there alone they are there. And at the end, he is saying, Vidyaranya Swamiji says, Evam anye swasva pakshabhimanena anyatha anyatha. In this manner, anye, so many people, swasva pakshabhimanena, by identification or on account of identification, obsession with their own views, anyatha anyatha, in different ways, mantra arthavada kalpadin ashritya pratipedire. So many people, pratipedire means they considered what the swapakshabhimanena anyatha anyatha. In different manners, they considered or they viewed Ishvara. So here pratipedire means viewed, considered. They considered Ishvara in keeping with whatever background they had. So your background will influence your concept of Ishvara. See, some people, they have got some particular experience, therefore they don't like female form of Ishvara. Some people don't like male form of Ishvara. There is some psychology behind that. Some people, they like only female form. They cannot worship other Shiva and all. They say Devi alone I can worship. So it is there. Your background also influence. So your God is as good as you. So what your God is decided by what you are as a psychological being. Only. So based on their background, they understood. Of course, we are not talking about this, the understanding given in Vedanta. That is not decided by your background. That is given by Pramanam. But what is revealed by Pramanam will appeal to you or will not appeal to you based on your background. For some people, what is revealed by Vedanta, that's what I was thinking Ishvara should be. So they really like it. The way Ishvara is presented in Vedanta, they really like it. Some people say that this looks too dry. So what is Ishvara? He said it is Chidabhasa in Maya and Kutastha Chaitanya. They both put together, that is Ishvara. So इसमें कुछ मजा नहीं आया. Really, these bhaktas, they say उसमें कुछ मजा नहीं आया. So, see, one thing is, we should know that we study Shastra not for fun. We study Shastra for knowledge. So whether it feels good or not, it doesn't depend on the truth. That doesn't decide the truth. Anyway, so depending upon the background, they understood Ishvara. Then he just mentioned that what all views are possible. Antaryaminam arabhya sthavarantesha vadinaha santi ashvatha arka vamshadehe kuladevata devata darshana. He says starting from Antaryami up to Sthavara, up to these plants, Ishvara Vadinaha. So some people will say Antaryami is Ishvara and there are so many views, and last one is the tree is Ishvara. This Ashwatha Vriksha is Ishvara. So there are people we will consider that way. Santi is Vadina Santi. How do you say so? Ashwatha, Arka, Vamshadehe, Kuladevata, Darshanat. Because of the observation of the worship being done to Ashwatha Vriksha, Arka, the sun, Vamsha means bamboo tree, etc. So many other trees people worship, some people worship snake also. So Nag Devata. So, and Naga Devata is the ultimate one, and Kula Devata. Since our Kula Devata is the ultimate. So different people will have different views about Ishvara. How do you say? Because of this observation. So here Darshanat is the Hetu for Vadinaha Santi. And then he says, Tattva Nishchaya Kamena Nyaya Gama Vicharinam Eka Eva Pratipattihi Syat Sapi Atra Sphutam Uchyate. He says, a person who is Nyaya Gama Vichari, one who is analyzing based on the reasoning, and Agama means Shastra, and with a desire, Kamena, with a desire for Tattva Nishchaya, ascertainment of the reality. What really Ishvara is, I want to know. With that desire, people, those who are going by the Shastra and reasoning, Yukti and Shruti, for them, Eka Eva Pratipatti Syat, they will have one understanding alone. And Sapi Atra, and that understanding is Phutamuchyate, is clearly mentioned. And there is a beautiful part is that he said that clear understanding of Ishvara is told here. That shloka is coming next, that he did not give. So I say, actually, that is the main shloka, no? He said that all these things are only different viewpoints. The real vision is now told in Panchadashi. And that shloka he did not give. So that's why I have written the shloka. His shloka is like this. Maya tu prakritim vidyat mayinam tu maheshwaram asya vayava bhutestu vyaptas sarvam idam jagat. So this is Shvetashvatar Upanishad, and that he has he has reproduced that. The shloka says, Mayam tu prakritim vidyat. Maya is the cause, the material cause, primordial cause. And Mai, one who is presiding over this Maya, is Maheshwara, is Param Brahma. And by the Avayava, the Amsha of this Paramatma, Amsha Iva Amsha, by that the entire Jagat is pervaded. So entire Jagat is pervaded by this Ishvara through his Amsha, through Jivas. Here the second line is not important. First line is Mayopadika Ishvara, Mayopadika Brahma is Ishvara, that is the vision of Shruti. And that is given here. So here also that vision alone is given. That Adhisthana Chaitanyam, which is Pratibimbita in the Maya Upadhi, is Ishvara. So Kutastha Brahma Chaitanyam and the Chidabhasa, which is obtaining, which is reflected in Maya, is called Ishvara. So Ishvara also is consisting of two, Pratibimba Chaitanyam and Kutastha Chaitanyam. Alright. And now Ishvara has some speciality. Because of his being reflection in Maya Upadhi, there is some speciality. Those specialities we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.